Best places to work is our first story trending now.
And our mission is we want to help companies very simply grow better. We want to help millions of companies grow better. We're passionate about it.
Well, something else that's growing at software company Hubspot, employee love. Job site Glassdoor says it's the best place to work in 2020. Other companies in the top 10, In-N-Out Burger and Southwest Airlines.
Southwest Airlines, this KW, how may I help you? Yeah, I love Southwest, love Southwest. I wouldn't go anywhere else.
Hey, it's all about employee loyalty. Of the 100 best places to work, 31 were tech companies, including Salesforce, SurveyMonkey, and Adobe, which, according to a review, has a killer gym and cafeteria.
Well, hopefully your new gig comes with some goodies to nosh on.
Snacks we're nuts for, that's at number 2.
You better watch the throne, King Chess, the hottest cheetah that you've ever known. I'm extra flaming hot, you can't tell me nothing.
Well, people are telling the food industry they love those powder-covered flamin' hot Cheetos. According to sales data from delivery service GoPuff, the crunchy, crispy, fiery item is the nation's favorite snack for the 3rd year in a row.
I like them because I like spicy stuff, and hot Cheetos are like spicy.
If you like it bland, some not so spicy items in the top 10, Gushers flavor mixers, Funyuns, and Ben & Jerry's half-baked ice cream.
If you had 2 scoops of half-baked, you have 1 scoop of totally baked.
And our final trending story is about the world's top search engine.
That's right, what we Google on Google is at number 3.
You know, I've never seen a little green man. I don't anticipate it.
Yeah, little green men did not greet a group of people at the Storm Area 51 event back in September, but the social media craze surrounding the viral Facebook event did send people flocking to Google. According to their Year in Search 2019, the most popular what is question of the year, what is Area 51?
This is a true military base. It's active. It's not Disneyland.
And other things people were Googling this year, babies, but not the kind you think. The most searched term with the word baby was Baby Yoda, followed by Baby Shark. That song is going to be stuck in my head all day now.
Yeah, same here. And that's what's trending now. Up next, cool and valuable collections that'll have you feeling like a kid again. Plus, 50 years of Scooby.
You gotta be kidding!
Grab some snacks and hop in the Mystery Machine as we celebrate Scooby-Doo's legacy. And reviving retro video games. New ways companies are bringing back the classics from decades past.
You ready, Chris?
Let's do it!
That's all up next on the list. Welcome back, folks. You know, one of the most special ways to celebrate the holidays is cooking up a favorite dish that's been in the family for years. Heidi Fogelsong has some great ways to preserve these old recipes for the next generation to enjoy too.
What do I do with these old family recipe index cards I got at my bridal shower decades ago? Well, we're going to show you 3 ways you can preserve these family treasures with some great crafting guidance from Pinspiration expert Anya Brady.
Today we're going to preserve some of Grandma's old recipes on a daily household items.
And I'm going to take Anya's ideas and try making these crafts on my own.
We're going to craft this index card of my grandma's famous spice cookies. Isn't she cute?
First, we try our recipe craft with the mason jar. All you need is, yes, a mason jar, ribbon, a recipe card gift tag, and then
just take the ingredients maybe to make cookies, and then you can embellish with cute ribbon.
No problem. I'm filling my mason jar with sugar, a key ingredient for Grandma's famous spice cookies. Then I print off and paste her recipe onto a decorative card.
Tie it together, and there you have a fun little holiday gift. Isn't that kind of cute?
Next, we get really creative ironing recipes onto everyday kitchen items.
Upload them to your computer and print them on fabric transfer paper and iron them on, maybe to tea towels or oven mitts.
I'm ironing Grandma's recipe onto a tea towel. Lay the paper down, iron, and there you go.
Grandma's famous spice cookies recipe is on a tea towel. How cool is that?
Our final craft, clipping on a treasured family recipe to a cutting board.
You can just take clips from your local craft store and you can put them on here as a cute decoration for your kitchen.
Okay, I'm definitely trying this one because it's really easy to do. In fact, I've created a few different versions.
Take an original vintage recipe. I just added my little bow. I glued on this paper clip, and this is a nicer cutting board. So that's another option.
So have some fun this holiday season, crafting and preserving old family recipes for generations to come.
Very cool. And you know, those traditional recipes date back to people who carefully saved them over the years.
Of course, for some people, the instinct to preserve extends to things like coins, sneakers, and even more bizarre stuff.
Yeah, Teresa Strasser found 3 people with over-the-top collections on the buzz list. Teresa.
Thanks, guys. These collections are truly epic. First, Star Wars. Chris Cooper, aka the Toy King of Sierra Vista, Arizona, apparently takes Yoda's words, do or do not, there is no try, very seriously because he has collected nearly everything released from the original Star Wars trilogy and stores it in his garage. Action figures, t-shirts, autographs, lightsabers. It's all logged and insured, which is good because the value is likely out of this world. But he's not in it for the money.
It's more about sharing something. It's more about watching a reaction of someone and they themselves. It's not about me, it's they themselves that have those memories.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and guess that he'll be seeing the newest installment, Rise of Skywalker, opening weekend. Now, from space to sports, Stephen Butner has every NFL Hall of Famer's autograph except for 3. He started collecting the signatures at a Kansas City Chiefs training camp when he was just 7. Now, he has over 700 total from the NFL and other leagues and believes he might have the biggest collection in at least his city. The autographs he treasures most are the ones he remembers so clearly receiving.
I just remember as a little kid waiting in line after practice and getting autographs like from Joe Montana, Marcus Allen.
If you're a sports fan, I am guessing you are very jealous right now. And the last crazy collection making our list is of video game memorabilia. Brett Martin's Castle Rock, Colorado basement is full of nostalgia from Nintendo and other video game brands. And this is a game he has definitely won because in 2013, Guinness Book of World Records recognized him as the largest collector of video game memorabilia.
In 2012, I had it appraised, and at that time, it was about 120K, he thought. Now, I'd argue it'd be around 200K because things have really ramped up.
When it's game over in the future, he plans to sell the whole collection to support his wife and kids, who says video games are a waste of time. Collections worth coveting on the buzz list.
Wow, very impressive collections.
Yeah, for me, it's that video game collection. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, good friend to have for sure.
Lots more of the list is still to come. Stay with us.
Welcome back, friends. Zoinks! You will not believe who's celebrating his 50th anniversary this year.
It's that big, goofy Great Dane named Scooby-Doo, and we're celebrating him with the coolest things you need to know about what's now a classic franchise on the hot list.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you?
Grab some Scooby snacks because our 50th anniversary celebration for Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Begins with a look at their legacy.
Here we go!
The Saturday morning cartoon series premiered September 13th, 1969, and is now the longest-running animated franchise produced for Saturday morning TV in the U.S.
You gotta be kidding!
And if you love the show's main star, the iconic talking Great Dane, you're not alone. He's part of TV Guide's list of the 50 greatest cartoon characters of all time.
Whoa.
And the success of Scooby, Freddy, Daphne, Velma, and Shaggy has since led to several movies. That's at number 2.
Thank you. Hello. Thank you.
Scooby-Doo got the live-action treatment in 2002, and since it's been followed by 4 other flicks: Scooby-Doo 2, Monsters Unleashed, Scooby-Doo The Mystery Begins, Scooby-Doo Curse of the Lake Monster, and a spin-off, Daphne and Velma, released last year.
Monsters aren't real. We'll see about that.
And get excited because another movie in animated form called Scoob will hit theaters this upcoming May.
I'll have whatever he's having.
But films are far from the only form this classic's taken. That's at number 3.
Hey, gang,
Listen to this.
Several animated TV show reboots have followed in the years since Scooby-Doo's premiere, including Scooby-Doo and Scrappy-Doo, The 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo, and the most recent, Scooby-Doo and Guess Who, now airing on the cable network Boomerang. Scooby-Doo's also been made into comic books, video games, and several online Lego mini-movies.
I could go for some donuts.
Finally, we aren't the only ones paying homage to Scooby. Others have done so too, and that's at number 4.
Good one, Shaggy.
The 90s classic Wayne's World included an alternate ending called the Scooby-Doo ending. Meanwhile, South Park, The Simpsons, and Family Guy have all made tons of references to the show.
Swamp monster!
But perhaps the strangest ode to the series was the viral song Scooby-Doo Pop Pop by DJ Cass last year.
Scooby-Doo Pop Pop.
Celebrating 50 years of antics, missteps, and solving mysteries.
Scooby-Doo!
On the hot list.
Christina, that was such a fun show to watch as a kid. You know, I'm glad our kids will get to enjoy it too.
Gotta say, my son's already a fan. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, folks. You know, when we get nostalgic, it's usually about TV shows or music, but now it also applies to video games. Whether you had Pac-Man fever or loved Sonic the Hedgehog, we're looking at retro gaming gear that'll take you on a trip down video game memory lane. No quarters required.
Back in the day, it was all about the arcade and home consoles from Atari, Nintendo, and Sega. Thanks to a renewed interest in all things nostalgic, the game companies have reissued some of America's favorites, from retro arcade machines to mini consoles. We're getting our game on, starting with the Sega Genesis mini console.
You control 40 incredible moves.
Sega was duking it out with Nintendo for King of the Console Hill back in the early 90s.
What Nintendo?
While it wasn't as popular as Nintendo's NES, the Genesis still sold an amazing 31 million consoles and developed a cult following.
The Sega Genesis Mini is an exact replica of its iconic big brother, except this time it comes preloaded with 42 games.
There's Sonic the Hedgehog, Contra, and even Street Fighter.
You ready, Chris?
Let's do it.
All right, Street Fighter, here we come.
You can find it online and in stores for about $80. Huddling up to our second spot is the classic electronic football. Back in 1979, those red LED football players were considered state-of-the-art technology.
These days, it's sweet nostalgia and just as much fun.
The price is nostalgic too, only $15 online. Buried at the bottom of our list is the Dig Dug Tiny Arcade. This tiny machine stands less than 3 inches tall, has a light-up marquee, and authentic gameplay. Back in 1982, you could find Dig Dug in more than 22,000 arcades across the country. That's a lot of quarters.
I can tell at around 126 whether they're sticks or not.
You can find this online and at Walmart for about $20. We're keeping it old school with retro video games.
Wow, what a fun story.
Christina, I loved Sega. You know, I spent more hours playing Street Fighter 2 than I really care to admit.
Yeah, I'm still a Nintendo girl myself, but I stick with the OG Mario Bros.
That's a good game.
It's my favorite.